gentlemen, thank you very much. And I think we say that all of us here, that we work in the office or not, we are the mark. Thank you very much. Thank you. Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to quickly welcome here the interim chairman of HEDS of African Maritime Administration, Mr. Sobantu Tilayi, to step forward here to a quick vote. Thanks. Please, can we appreciate it? Thank you.
Thank you, Program Director. The Honorable Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives, the representatives of the Senate, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Honorable Minister of Transportation, the representative to the Secretary General of the International Maritime Organization, my good brother, the Chair of the Board of Directors of NIMASA, as well as my brother, the CEO and DG of NIMASA, the Chief of the Naval Staff, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to say all protocol observed. I'd written a speech here, but I wanted to depart from it for a little while, just to say to my brother, the DG of NIMASA, job well done, sir. Congratulations. Mine is a very simple task, and that is just to thank all of you. And I brought here a moderate thank you, but it looks like it will have to be a very loud thank you. Thank you for such a wonderful welcome to this beautiful venue. On behalf of the Maritime Administrations in Africa, the association, I wish to thank you for all the effort that has gone into organizing such a wonderful event. I wish in particular to thank the organizing committee for this conference, as well as the secretariat of the Association of African Maritime Administrations. Allow me to say your cooperation has set a new standard for all of us to emulate in the hosting of future conferences. Thank you very much for your cooperation. I also would want to thank very specially the IMO International Cooperation Department. I think we worked tirelessly. We've had meetings just to make sure that we were guided properly. So thank you very much for your effort. Just as I thank you for the effort, I wish to point out that we require as much effort to move this continent towards an economically sustainable future. It is my firm belief that this industry, the maritime industry, and its development is a precondition to the development of African economies. This is the industry that must connect all 54 economies that are both coastal and linked by land. This is the industry that must ensure that all 1.2 billion people are fed, clothed, that they carry on with their daily lives as we know today. But it is also the industry that will have to support all 2.4 billion people that will be calling this continent home in 2040. It is the industry that costs a lot to govern. So to my colleagues whom I've had absolute privilege to work with, my fellow African maritime administrators, the industry depends on your wisdom for growth and for its sustainability. Yours is an unenviable task to regulate over the industry that shows very little benefit to the environment that you preside over. It is an industry that is wholesale in foreign hands, that allows very little space for capacity development today. It is an industry that sees to it that all our mineral and oil extracted from our lands gets to leave our shores, unbeneficiated as it is. It is also an industry that ensures that all goods to sustain our lives are imported from the various destinations that we export to in the first instance. It is an industry, though, that we have all the keys to address the anomalies that I referred to above. And we certainly do have those keys. So, yours in these 2 days is to figure out exactly how we address the capacity challenges to support our economies. How do we deal with the localization of our industry and its benefit? How do we train our own youth to support our trade whilst creating employment? It is my belief that as well, we have industry players that have vested interest in the success and sustainability of the maritime sector. The representative from Maersk, thanks very much for your message, sir. I think we'll only get to where we need to get if we really find each other and work together and derive the benefit that we both recognize as the benefit. That is the only way that we are going to sustain our work going forward. So to the industry that is here, it is vitally important that we understand the imperatives that are required for a sustainable maritime industry. Because only when this industry becomes sustainable shall we have the ability to deal with all these ills that we've been referring to, piracy, unemployment, etc. It is only then that we are going to have a robust value proposition for our continent. Thus, to my fellow administrators, you stand in the fulcrum of your country's economic activities. You need to carry that function with humility. You have a duty to coordinate as well as to discern value for those economies. It is my belief that this work can be done in cooperation with the industry that needs to create the value. Also in cooperation with our broader communities that are affected by our decisions and actions. With the regional communities within which we are located. With the African continent, which has the task of ensuring a campaign towards a better continent. And with the support of IMO that binds the whole world in maritime affairs. I wish to point out that in the words of our president from the Republic of South Africa, ex-president, President Thabo Mbeki, when he was reviewing the work that was confronting his government at the time, he uses a metaphor of the comrade's marathon runner. And he says, and I quote, "Those who complete the course will do so only because they do not, as fatigue sets in, convince themselves that the road ahead is still too long, that the inclines are too steep, and the loneliness is impossible to bear, and the prize itself of doubtful value." So we need the conviction that it can be done. And our countries appoint us to make sure that it can be done. We are here bound by our heritage, compelled by our pride to make this work. To make this work for ourselves, we dare not fail. To make this work for our future generations, we dare not let them down. I pray that we dare to dream. And once more, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
I love it when speeches end in prayers. And so, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, one continent, one economy, one sea link. I'd like to invite His Excellency the Vice President and all the members that are seated in front, and members of the heads of the maritime administrators that are here, to please step to the stage for a group photograph with His Excellency the Vice President. All the heads of the maritime administrators that are here. Let's move it quickly. Okay. I understand it's at the middle. We'll occupy the center of the stage. We'll occupy the center of the stage.
You've been watching a live Channels television event.